My name is Courtney, aka Dualstarr, if you found this YouTube video via Bariatric Pals. My name is Dualstarr over there. So yeah, hi! Welcome to my my YouTube channel. Bear with me, this is my very first YouTube video. So yeah, I'm still learning and I apologize for the light. It's dark right now and for some reason my apartment doesn't have really good lighting. But anyways, yeah, so I just want to introduce myself. Like I said, my name is Courtney. I also go by Dualstarr on the bariatric form. And I'm basically creating this YouTube channel so that I can keep track of my journey through weight loss surgery. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background about me, and then I'll kind of jump into everything else. So I'm 34. I live in Orange County, California. My insurance is Kaiser Permanente. I'm actually Kaiser-LA County is my insurance, but I actually live in Orange County. And I basically have been overweight all my life. I can't even remember the last time that I was like a decent weight. But the funny thing is I've actually always been active. In high school, I played water polo, I ran cross country, I was on the wrestling team, but I always hovered around like the 180 mark. The lowest I ever remember was being 180. And I just remember that because in high school I wrestled 180 once. So I always knew how much I weighed. But yeah, so I always have been around 180 pounds. The smallest dress size I ever remember being was a 16. And that was also in high school, senior prom. When my dress was a size 16. And then after that, as I got older, I graduated high school, became less active, and the weight just kind of just started piling on. The highest I've ever been is the weight that I am now. And I'll give you my stats as of today's date, and today is December 14th. I am 5'7" and I weigh 283 pounds, and I have a BMI of 43.04. And this is the highest that I've ever been. The lowest that I've been like in my adult life was when I was pregnant with my daughter. I have a daughter who's 5 years old. She's sleeping. Let's hope that she stays asleep. So I had a daughter that was 5 years old, and while I was pregnant with her, I had the absolute worst pregnancy ever. I basically vomited from the moment of conception until the day she popped out. And throughout the course of the 9 months, I lost 70 pounds. So didn't gain any weight, but lost 70 pounds. But it was bad. I mean, I was constantly dehydrated. At one point I was on bed rest and feeding tubes, and it was just bad. So that was the skinniest I've ever been, or the lowest I've ever weighed. And then after I had her, I kept the weight off for about 6 months. And then I started going through some problems in my marriage at the time, and then my weight just came back on. And then I got divorced, and then during that time my weight dropped because I'm the type of person where when I'm stressed, I don't eat. So I guess that's the one good thing to think about as far as stress is concerned. So this is actually, so let me back up. So my insurance, like I said, is Kaiser. I don't know, for you guys who aren't familiar with Kaiser, they do things a little bit different. They have what's called an options program. So in order to be referred to weight loss surgery, you have to first meet with your primary care physician. And then after you meet with them, they measure your BMI. And if you fall within, I think it's 39 or above, then you can qualify for the weight loss surgery. And then after you get your referral, you get referred to a program that's called the options program. The options program, you have to complete a series of 12 classes over a course of 6 weeks. I think it used to be 12 weeks, but they changed it to 6 weeks. So basically you go 2 classes. For me, it's every other weekend. So I go every other Saturday, and each Saturday I'm there for 4 hours. So each class is 2 hours. So you're completing 2 2-hour classes every other week for 6 weeks, for a total of 12. During that time, you're doing food logs. They're monitoring what you eat. You're required well, it's not really required. They say it's suggested that you lose 10% of your body weight. So actually for me, my 10% would be 257. So at the end of the 6 weeks, I will have hopefully lost 10% of my body weight and be down to 257. If not, there is a possibility that I can still have the surgery. They said that they typically don't deny anybody unless your weight is going up as opposed to down, or at least staying the same. So that is one thing. Another part of the options program is you also cannot smoke. I used to be a smoker. I am actually 8 weeks, I think, that I haven't had a cigarette. I originally started doing the patch, and then I think I was on the patch for like a week, and then it caused really bad skin irritation, and I was just like, forget this, threw the thing out, and then I haven't had a cigarette since. And I've been good. But this is actually my second time going through the options program. The very first time I went through the options program was in 2012, the end of 2012, the beginning of 2013. At the time, I was married, but I was going through a divorce, and I was on my ex-husband's medical insurance. And it was, I was, like I said, I was going through a really bad divorce. I had a lot going on. I was going through a divorce. I was also in the middle of nursing school. I just became a single parent. I was in the process of trying to move out of our house because the house that we lived in had gone into foreclosure. So I was in the process of moving out of that, and it was a mess. We were dividing property. I had to find another car. It was a disaster. So I ended up completing 5 of the 6 classes. And right before my 6th class, I had to drop. And so I wasn't able to complete the class. And how Kaiser has a very strict attendance policy. So if you miss a class, you have to make it up. Unfortunately for me, at the time I had so much going on that I just couldn't find a time to make up the class. And then my divorce ended and my insurance ended. So then I didn't have any insurance. So then I had to wait a year so that I could graduate nursing school, get a job, get insurance, and so now I'm back. Unfortunately, Kaiser has a year cutoff, so you have a year to make up any classes that you miss. Unfortunately, I fell 2 weeks outside of that year, so I had to start the process all over again from week 1, which, to be fair, I probably needed to. I had so much going on in my life that surgery at that time would have probably been a disaster for me. It wouldn't have been good. So there was a reason why everything worked out the way that it did. So I'm just thankful for that. And I'm really hoping that this time is the final time, and that, yeah, it works for me. So yeah, I'm going to give you guys some information on just how the process worked for me, because I know I was really curious when I was going through the process with Kaiser of how long is it going to take? Can I be denied? You know, all that stuff. So like I said, I have Kaiser now. I have Kaiser through, I guess it would be Covered California Obamacare, basically now. So my surgery is actually costing me $0, no money at all, which is really good. My current job now, like I said, I work as a nurse, but I'm a wound care nurse. So I work per diem, meaning I don't have a steady, how do I explain it? I don't have a steady paycheck. I kind of do, but I kind of don't, and I'm on call. So my company doesn't offer any insurance. So I was able to get coverage through Covered California because of my working situation. So it worked out really well for me. And because I had previously had Kaiser, I was able to go back to Kaiser. Kaiser has a rule where if you now have Covered California and you never had Kaiser before, then you can't join Kaiser unless you're paying for it. If, however, you had Kaiser previously within a year, you can go back under Covered California. So I was really lucky in that aspect that I did get to go back. So basically, I got my insurance started back again on December 1st. I made an appointment and I met with my primary care physician on December 5th. Luckily, I had the same doctor, so I basically walked in and said, hey, remember me? I need another referral. And he wrote a referral for me, no questions asked. So that was December 5th. I got a call from the options program on December 8th telling me that my insurance approved my surgery and that I could start the options program again. She told me that the options orientation class, which you have to complete first, it's a 2-hour orientation class where you go and they tell you about the different options that they offer as far as surgery is concerned, what the program consists of, and all that other good stuff to kind of see if it's something that you're going to want to do. And then at the orientation, you can select if you even want to start it. Some people decide it's not for them, which is okay. And some people, they want to go forward with it. So I attended my orientation on, sorry, I keep looking at my computer screen because I have my notes there. I attended so Options called me on December 8th. I attended orientation on December 10th. And I actually got really, really lucky because normally there is what I was told was a month waiting period, which that's what it was for me before, from the time you go to orientation until the time you start your actual classes. I got really lucky and I actually started classes on the 13th. So yeah, December 13th, 2014. 12, 13, 14. So I was like, it's got to be meant to be. That's a sign. So anyway, so yeah, I completed my first class on December 13th, 2014. Today is December 14th, 2014. So this was yesterday that I did my class. So like I said, it was a 4-hour class. So we knocked out week 1 and week 2. During the class, we basically introduced ourselves. We met our teacher, our instructor. We went over logging food. One of the requirements of the program is you have to do a food journal. So every day you're required to write down what you ate. So if it went in your mouth, it needs to go down on paper. In our case, we actually use a program called MyFitnessPal, which makes it really easy because you can use it on your smartphone, on your iPad. So it makes it really easy for you to stay accountable. There's kind of no excuse. So, and also for you guys that want to follow me or, you know, be friends with me on MyFitnessPal, I will put my login information down below and you guys can friend me that way and kind of keep me accountable for what I eat. And I'll do the same for you guys. So then every week or every 2 weeks, we come to class and we bring out our printouts from MyFitnessPal, over, you know, what we ate for the 2 weeks while we were gone, and then they kind of critique us. For the first 3 days, she told us to go ahead and eat normally. Don't do anything, you know, just eat how you would normally eat. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of haven't been following that because, to be honest, it's kind of embarrassing because my issue is I'm not a big eater, so I don't eat a lot. I eat a lot of junk. So like, for example, a typical breakfast for me could easily be a Snickers bar and a Red Bull. Yeah. At like 11 o'clock because I skip breakfast. So like at 11 o'clock in the morning, I'm having like a Snickers and a Red Bull. I'll probably eat lunch around 4, which is usually whatever fast food restaurant I can go through. I like to earn airline miles because I love to travel. So I usually look up on my little app to see what restaurants are offering the most points for my credit card, and I'll go there. Lately it's been Wendy's, so I've been eating a whole lot of Wendy's chili. I know that sounds awful. For dinner, I usually come home, I'll cook my daughter dinner. I usually don't have time to make myself something. I know that's an excuse, but I just don't feel like it because then I come home and I have to call patients and I have to chart, and it just gets hectic. So I either go to bed and I don't eat anything, or I'll eat something, whatever's in the refrigerator. It may be a sandwich, it may be, I don't know, whatever. Another thing is I used to drink a lot of soda, a lot. I could probably drink about 5 a day. I've gotten really better with that over the last 2 months, and I haven't had a soda in the last 2 months. But I've kind of replaced that with like an iced tea. So I'm drinking a lot of like the Gold, I think it's called Gold Peak, iced teas. So yeah, so I'm trying to get better. As far as water is concerned, I'm trying to get good about it. I actually have my water right here, or actually, yeah, my water right here. And it's a tiny one, it's a baby one, but hey, I'm starting somewhere. Cause I just don't like it. I don't like the way it tastes. I actually just got back from Denmark, a couple days ago, and I actually found a bottled water there that I absolutely loved. I wanted to take as many as I could home with me, but unfortunately I only had a carry-on and you can only bring like 3 ounces of liquid. So I bought as many bottles as I could after I came through customs. I think it was like 6 bottles, and I already drank them. But I need to find out if there's another way that I can get this water because it is the only water that I like. So I've tried Fiji water, I've tried Voss water, I've tried everything, and I just don't like, every water that I taste has like a weird aftertaste to it. And this particular water, it tastes like cold air, like nothing. So I like that. So that's my goal, or my little project, is I'm trying to track down that water so that I can buy it. I checked Amazon and didn't have any luck, so I don't know, we'll see. So if any of you guys are from Denmark and you guys can get a hold of some water for me, let me know, because I would be more than happy to pay for shipping and have you guys ship it to me. But yeah, so that's kind of my eating habits and what kind of put me here in the first place, and why I need weight loss surgery to begin with. Yeah, so my main reason for creating this channel was I liked watching, when I was going through the whole process the very first time a year ago, I liked watching people's journeys and seeing how far they've come and the struggles that they went through, so that I can kind of get an idea of what it's going to be like for me. And I don't know, like, I got to know a lot of those people, and so I kind of wanted the opportunity to do the same. So I would love to connect with you guys. So if you guys want to comment below, I will respond back. If you want to email me, I will put my email address below, and you guys can send me emails or questions or whatever you have. If you're somebody who's just starting this too, and you're going through Kaiser and you have questions and you want to know, how it's going for me or what the process is like, let me know. And I can do that. I also don't want to make this whole channel just like weight loss, because it is a big part of my life, but I don't want it to be all of my life. Like, I'm a busy person. I have a lot going on. So I want to be able to, I guess, share some of that other stuff with you guys too. I'm an avid traveler. I love to travel. So you guys I'll probably post some of my, my travel videos on here too. I like to go somewhere domestically once a month and internationally every 3 months. So that's kind of a hobby that I have of mine. So I have a lot of trips that are coming up. So I will definitely let you guys know about that kind of stuff. And I'm also kind of curious as how it's going to work as far as like, while I'm going through the whole process and traveling and being in other areas and trying to find food, that I can eat and stuff like that. So I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, so stay tuned, keep watching, and let me know if you guys have any questions. If you guys can find that water for me, that would be really good too. So yeah, just keep watching and I will be sure to update. My classes, like I said, are every 2 weeks. I just had the first one yesterday. The next class won't be until January 3rd because of the holiday. So I won't post another update as far as like the options program is concerned until then, but I will post some other videos probably before then. I'm pretty sure before then, because there's a lot of new recipes that I want to try out. I'm really big on Pinterest, so anything that I find that is kind of a recipe. The one thing I'm actually really into lately is oatmeal. I've been on Pinterest lately and there's just been tons, because I wasn't a breakfast person. So now I'm kind of holding myself accountable, and that's one of my goals, is to eat breakfast every day. And it just happens to be oatmeal. And there's like a gazillion oatmeal recipes out there. I'm actually surprised. So far I've tried like 3 of them and they're actually really good. So I think I may start blogging some of those too, for you guys that are like me that don't eat breakfast. Because I know I'm not the only one out there that doesn't eat breakfast. So it'll give you guys some ideas of some quick, easy breakfasts that you guys can do on your own. So yeah, so thanks for stopping by. Hope you stick around, and I will update you as soon as I can. Thanks. Bye.